Okay, very excited to be reviewing a Belgian traditional. This is Hoegaarden. We've all seen it. We all know it. You might love it. I don't know. It's a Witbier coming to us from the brewery of Hoegaarden, the Hoegaarden Brewery. Brewery van Hoegaarden, as a matter of fact, which is in the town of Hoegaarden, Belgium. Now, the traditional vessel to drink this in is the hexagonal glass. I don't have a Hoegaarden hexagonal glass. I'll have to get one of these days. But that said, a mug is totally fine. It's a Witbier coming in at 4.9% alcohol by volume. Have not done a Witbier yet. And Witbiers usually are very pale, very cloudy. They're an unfiltered beer. They have a high level of wheat. So if you have any wheat allergies, this is not that any beer should be what you should drink unless it's one of those gluten-free beers. This one is probably the worst if you have a wheat allergy. Luckily, I don't think I have one. At least if I do, it's not really that bad. These beers are always very spicy. They usually use coriander, orange peel, etc. And it's just a very lively level usually of carbonation. A lot of people like to serve these or have these with lemon. It's become a kind of a thing of late, of the last few decades. But they do prefer that you just drink it as it is without the lemon. Coming in at 4 to 7% usually ABV. This one's 4.9, so it's right in that range. And we'll open her up. This is Hoegaarden, the original white ale. Don't really have too much information on their brewery, but it does have a little bit of a story on the label here. It says, a delicious and surprising refreshing taste, naturally cloudy and brewed using a unique recipe of wheat, malted barley, and a subtle hint of coriander and orange peel. Now, I feel really bad that I don't have the hexagonal glass because they actually have instructions on how to drink Hoegaarden, including pictures of the hexagonal glass. So, you know what? I'm drinking it out of a mug. I don't think it's the end of the world if I do, but I do wish I had the hexagonal glass. So we have the mug, which was once a stein with a lid. I don't know what the heck happened to the lid, but it is no longer with us. And we see that kind of pale, cloudy pour that we heard in the description of the Witbier. Just a very, very, very light color, almost a lemony kind of color to this beer. And not really too translucent. It's almost like the Russian Imperial Stout of light-colored beers. You can't really see through it. This is very murky, very cloudy, and you can kind of catch a little bit of the bubbles on the inside. The head of this beer is very, very fluffy, almost carbonated fluffy. I would say midway between like a Coca-Cola kind of fizz and a beer fizz, or maybe a lagery fizz. Very interesting as far as the head goes. Lots of stuff going on in this one. I can just tell it's going to be a very spicy beer. Let's get the aroma now of Hoegaarden Original White. Wow, definitely getting the spiciness. Getting that citrusy kind of lemon peel smell intermixed with the coriander. I always think of summertime when I think of these kind of wit beers. I just think of the sunshine, and maybe it's the light color, I don't know, but that's what I always think of. It is kind of forming a very beautiful kind of late cloudiness and haze. I do really, really like the appearance of this beer. It's a light beer. It's got the fine particulates inside, and it's really wafting up, and just a nice beer to look at. And a good aroma too. It's a very tasty kind of aroma. Let's get the taste in general now of Hoegaarden Original White. Very refreshing. I mean, this is a classic example of the style. Definitely the most popular example of the style. No matter where you go in the world, you'll see a lot of Hoegaarden, I'm sure. And just a tasty beer. I mean, all around it has its time and place. I'm not a big Hoegaarden guy as far as going out and getting a case, but every once in a while, nothing wrong with enjoying a wit beer. And this one is definitely a great representation, maybe the standard of the style. A very fresh beer as well. I'm going to give Hoegaarden Original White, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.